Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Anahuac Sports Live, and welcome to Woodville Eagles Stadium, where you are here tonight to listen to the matchup between the Crockett Bulldogs and the Anahuac Panthers. This is the bi-district playoff for Texas high school football. I'm Trent Hart, and with me as always is Alex Outram, who will be doing your play-by-play here tonight. And he is down on the field currently doing the coaches' interviews, which we will be back with here shortly, and to get kicked off, the Title Services pregame show. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to head over to our Facebook page and our Twitter page to share the YouTube link. Get the word out there that we are live and that we will be covering this game tonight. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And we'll be back right after this with the coaches' interviews right here on Anahuac Sports Live.
Alex Outram back on the Title Services pregame. Alex Outram back on the Title Services pregame show, joined by head coach Jimmy Thompson of the Crockett Bulldogs. And coach, coming out of 9-3A, coming into tonight, it's pretty nice that we've able to get the season in and get to the playoffs here with everything going on.
Well, I was just talking to someone, and we talked about 2020 as a strange year. This is my 32nd year to be a head coach, and I've never been through anything like this.
Coming out of 9-3A, a very competitive district this year, as it has been in the past years. In fact, the district champion not even crowned until the last week of the season. Leading into tonight's ball game, a little bit about how playing in 9-3A has prepared you all for tonight's ball game.
Well, we've seen multiple teams with various offenses, and what that does is it prepares you for whatever you happen to see in the playoffs, and it has been competitive. Diboll had an excellent team. Cold Spring was good, and they won the district, and we were competitive with most people in the district. Plus, we played a pretty good non-district schedule. We played Rusk and Buffalo. Both of them had good years, and Garrison. So we've seen a lot of different formations, a lot of different styles of play, and so consequently, by the time you get to the playoffs, and you're the same way, y'all have seen all these things too, so that's not unique to us, but by the time you get to the playoffs, you shouldn't see a whole lot that you haven't seen before.
Coming off kind of a rematch in terms of the teams coming into tonight from last year, obviously different players on both sides of the football. What was some of the things that you've seen from the Anahuac Panthers on film that you studied this week?
Well, what I saw was a lot of kids that played last year that came back on their side. On ours, not many. We had 2 starters back on offense and I think 5 on defense. And I think I read where they had 8 and 8 back. So a lot of their kids, this is, they were young last year. We're young this year. So we're basically in a totally different spot in our history.
For those who are tuning in to a Crockett game for the first time this year, talk a little bit about your offensive side of the football, what kind of scheme, and also some of the key cogs that you're going to be relying on.
Well, I mean, like any offense, it all starts with our quarterback, and he's a sophomore. If he's throwing the ball good and we're catching the ball, then that opens up the running lane. Of course, your offensive lines, they've got to take care of your skill players. So, it's just, to me, a typical spread team where you've got to execute.
Defensive side of the football, same. What kind of scheme and some of the players that you're relying on?
Well, our linebackers have to play well, and our safeties have to play well, and they have most of the year. Our defensive line, we're going to have to move around a little bit because we're not quite as big as some of the teams we play. We're going to have to, create angles to where they can't just block us man on man, where they have to double team somebody. It's just, and watching the film and all, I feel like we're very evenly matched. I feel like y'all have a lot more experience than us, but just as far as skill players and linemen and all that, I think we're pretty evenly matched.
Coach, keys to victory for tonight's ball game?
As always, turnovers, penalties, making big plays. You look back, typically 1, 2, or 3 plays in the ball game make a huge difference, even if it's a big score. But you can't kill yourself with penalties and turnovers. If you do that, it's just almost impossible to win playoff games.
Well, Coach, I really appreciate you taking the time out before the game to talk to us, and best of luck in tonight's contest.
Well, thank you.
That's head coach Jimmy Thompson of the Crockett Bulldogs, as we'll continue our pregame show after this on Anahuac Sports Live. Alex Outram back on the Title Services pregame show, joined by the head coach of the Anahuac Panthers, head coach Greg Nace. And Coach, taking second place out of a very tough 10-3A district this year. In a year that has had so many question marks, it sure is nice to get to playoff football.
Absolutely. There were times in the summertime when we didn't even know if we were going to get to play. And then we always thought once we got started, they could shut it down anytime. And so we've been real fortunate. We've played 10-game schedule. Now we're playing our 11th game. So it's been a good year so far. And it is a very tough district. 2 of our teams won last night. Our 4th seed, Woodville, they're really good. Mm-hmm. They beat us last week in a close game. They beat the number 1 seed on the other side, Cold Spring. And then East Chambers, they took care of business like they usually do. So.
Well, coming into tonight's ballgame, like you said, a game last week against Woodville that, to say the least, had its ebbs and flows. You saw towards the end of the game, obviously trying to make up that point spread. What did you see out of last week's game last week's game when you watched the film? What was some of the good things and bad things?
I thought that was our most complete game that we played. We didn't come out ahead, but for us to play against the caliber of a team as Woodville, they showed how good they are last night, really. They hung 40 on Cold Spring, and they dress out a lot better than we do, I'll tell you that. They got some players over there. And for our young kids, mixed with some of our older kids, I thought we played the most balanced game we played all year long, and that was good to see, and hopefully we can carry it over to tonight.
Rematch coming into tonight's ball game of the by-district round last year. Obviously, different players on both teams, but coming into this week, did you have to kind of limit, the revenge factor? What kind of things are you talking to the players about this week in practice?
Well, like you just said it. I mean, it's two different teams. We graduated a lot. There's some kids that maybe moved off. There's some 8th graders that became 9th graders, and maybe some kids that moved in. So it's a different nucleus of teams on both sides. But the similarities are the same coaching staff. Jimmy Thompson's been over there for a long, long time at Crockett. Done a great job and very well respected in the coaching rounds. And so we didn't talk about revenge because if Foster Chrysler was playing on the team, we probably would, but he's not on our team. So it's really irrelevant. Just that we're familiar with what they're going to look like when they come out with the colors and all that stuff and the names. So, we're just trying to keep doing what we did last week, and had a great week of practice. Talked about focus and the things that we have to do. I know you're going to ask this question, but things that we cannot allow to happen is get starry-eyed, because we do have some young guys, even though we got some experienced guys. Get starry-eyed early on and find yourself in a hole because these guys, when they have momentum, they're a scary football team. But hopefully we can come out and score early and get some stops and kind of get into the comfortable part of the game.
And that's kind of what we talked about last week before the game, was a team with an MO that if you get them down, you can try to hammer away at them. Kind of the same MO that we've seen from Crockett this year. Do you have some things that you have kind of kept in your back pocket throughout the year that you might roll out tonight? Or?
Yes, yeah. We're a full arsenal of gadget trick plays that I've collected ever since I was a player and a coach. So we practiced them all, and we're pretty good at them this week. So we score a lot of touchdowns in practice on them. So if we get one or two of them to score, I'll feel really good. But because a playoff game is so different than a regular season game because of the momentum, and it's going to seem bigger than it actually is to a lot of the kids. And so when your side's cheering, it feels good. When it's the other side cheering, it's kind of hard to say. You just kind of blocking that out if you can. I'm 53 years old, and they keep everyone asking, "Are you nervous?" I said, "No, I'm too old to get nervous. I've been here, done that. I'll get a little nervous right before kickoff, but we just got to keep our heads when things go good, keep our heads when things go bad, and it's a long game, so we just got to stay the course in the game."
What are you expecting on the offensive side of the football from Crockett?
Well, they're very athletic. They got a lefty at quarterback, tall kid who can really throw it. He likes throwing the deep ball. Of course, they always have athletes that can go run and catch it. He's a pretty good runner, but we're going to have to hurry him. We got to see if we're going to be blitzing. We're going to blitz all night until they show that they can beat our blitz. We're going to keep blitzing. So he's going to have to get it off, or he's going to have to throw the ball under duress. So, if we just sit back and make it a 7-on-7 game, they're going to kill us. So we got to bring the house and play press coverage with our DBs, and they're going to have some matchups that favor them a lot because we got some young kids out there, some 2 freshmen out there playing. So, we just got to rush the quarterback and don't let him get real comfortable.
Flip side of the coin, what did you see from the defensive side of the football from Crockett?
Well, they like blitzing their linebackers a lot. They're based out of a 3-4 defense. Sometimes they'll get in a 3-3 stack where you have 3 down linemen and 3 stacked linebackers. But you can tell if the team starts driving the football, their answer is to bring the inside linebacker. So we practice on that all week, and sometimes they're going to get you in some negative plays. But when we start recognizing all that stuff, we're pretty good at blocking down and kicking out. And that's how you take control of blitzing stuff, block everybody down and kick out the end man. And run some power or some GT or something like that. So we have some answers for it, and hopefully hopefully they work.
Keys to victory tonight.
Well, I mean, playoff game, got to have a good start. Can't turn the ball over. Silly penalties, a little procedure penalty that when you got it at 3rd and 2 or 4th and 2 and you're going for it, you get a 5-yard procedure penalty, and now you're in a situation probably got to punt it. So, got to stay away from those silly mistakes and just keep our heads and play the game. Don't turn the ball over and be a sure tackler and swarm tackle.
Coach, thank you very much for the time before the game, and best of luck in tonight's contest.
All right, appreciate you. Thank you.
Head coach Greg Nace of the Anahuac Panthers, as we'll continue after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Test 1 2. Can you hear me over there? Now you can go. There we go.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, back from Woodville Eagle Stadium here on the campus of Woodville High School, where tonight Anahuac Sports Live brings you by district playoff action, a battle of 9-3A and 10-3A as the Anahuac Panthers take on the Crockett Bulldogs. And Trent, man, you could not ask for better weather. The fact that we got 10 football games in, we are playing playoff football, a little bit of normalcy in a year that has not been normal at all.
You could not have said it better, Alex, because, I mean, this year has been a roller coaster ride, to say the least, but the one thing that has been consistent is Anahuac Panther football, and we've been able to bring it to y'all, fortunately, week in and week out, and we appreciate everybody's support, and it is sure good to be here, Alex, in by-district Texas football playoff action.
So second place out of 10-3A, the Anahuac Panthers, 4-2 in district play. Moving on to the second place position by points, as all three teams behind East Chambers finished 4-2. East Chambers going undefeated during the regular season into district play, and also continuing as they rolled over Trinity High School last night to continue their trek in the Texas high school football playoffs, as well as what might be considered a minor upset, as Woodville, the fourth place team out of 10-3A, defeating the district champion Cold Spring out of 9-3A to continue the solid football out of District 10-3A play here in the Texas high school football playoffs. Crockett, a team that, as you heard during the coaches' interviews, very athletic team. They do not mind airing the football, but a big key for the Bulldogs is the run game, setting up that passing game. If you can get your defense, if they can get the Panther defensive line to take on those fakes, that's when they can air the ball out downfield. And we have seen part of the weakness of the Panthers this year be their secondary on big chunk plays.
Well, we saw it a lot last week. Woodville really stretched their defense out, passing the football a lot, And, early on, the Panthers didn't have a whole lot of problem covering those big plays downfield, and I even mentioned it early in that football game, when was it going to break? And eventually it did, and the Woodville Eagles were able to break a few. So hopefully they learned from that last week, Alex, and they're able to, apply some of that, what they've learned here tonight against the Bulldogs.
I talked a little bit about the ebbs and flows of last week's game with head coach Greg Nace, and in the first half, you had the starting quarterback for Woodville really be contained very well. Then their backup came in the second quarter. The Panthers shut him down. He started the second half, shut him down. He had real good plays in the second quarter. He came out to start the second half, shut him down, brought back in the starter, and was able to put up some points on the Panthers defense. But nonetheless, the Panthers kept the score within 5. They finished second place in 10-3A, and tonight is the next test here in bi-district play, a revenge game of sorts, as the Bulldogs knocked the Panthers out last year in the bi-district round of the playoffs.
Alex, last week we saw the Panther defense got good penetration up front to get to the quarterback quite a few times in that game, and it all starts with Logan DeHoyas up front. And if the Panther defensive line can get the same penetration they did against Woodville, we should see a successful defensive effort on the part of the Panthers here tonight. But they will have to, rush the quarterback as much as possible, put him under stress, make him make mistakes, because in playoff football, Alex, if you make mistakes, you cannot win.
Absolutely. And, it's kind of a different situation this year. Last year, the Panthers very young going into this bi-district round with a senior-laden team on the Bulldogs. Now you flip it. A lot of those same kids from the Panthers football team last year got another year of experience here into tonight, and a very young team from Crockett. So 10-3A trying to make it a sweep of 9-3A, as we're about 2 minutes here from kickoff from Eagle Stadium, as we'll take a break and we'll be back with the opening kick of tonight's contest. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Uh-huh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Texas who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play. And you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
The pride of Anahuac, the Anahuac Marching Band, with a rousing rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Captains are set to meet at midfield. Don't miss the 1A through 4A UIL Volleyball State Tournament on November 21st at the Curtis Colwell Center in Garland. For more information, visit uiltexas.org.
So they've got the coin toss going on here at midfield. Captain for the Panthers, Blake Besdick. Know the nerves are running rampant on both sidelines here coming into tonight's contest. The expanded edition of the coin toss.
Had plenty to talk about.
The Panthers have won the toss. They elect to defer, and they will receive the ball in the second half. The Bulldogs will start with the football, and the Panther defense will show what they have first.
Well, it's important for this Panther defense to do exactly what Coach Nace talked about in the pregame and put pressure on that quarterback. And I just said it in the pregame myself. They've got to come up with a big play early, shut them down, and get the ball back on offense to try and put some points on the board early.
So Christian Sanchez will have the ball teed up at the Panther 40 as we'll get set to go. Fans still filing in here, making the trek to Woodville.
And an excellent turnout by the Anahuac faithful. As you know, it is a drive up here, and Anahuac has definitely showed up for this bi-district game. And it's good to see everybody in the stands here tonight. As Alex mentioned, Christian Sanchez teeing it up at the 40 for the Anahuac Panthers to kick it off. And he will be sharing duties as kicker and running the football quite a bit tonight on the offense.
Back deep for the Bulldogs, Taiwan Delane, as the pooch kick is going to be fielded at the 25. That's Bedford. Demetrius Bedford's going to get to about the 31, as that is where the Bulldogs will set up shop for their first possession of the ball game.
Excellent coverage there by the Panther kickoff team to bring him down. Just only a gain of about 5 on that return. And it was a swarm of Vegas Gold jerseys bringing him down.
Panthers tonight in their black pants, gold jerseys, black numerals, white trim, black helmets with the golden emblem on the helmet. Crockett in their all-white uniforms, blue trim. Handoff is going to go straight up right side across the 35, fall forward to the 38. On the carry is Taiwan Delane. Out of the gun, the sophomore quarterback sets back, looking downfield, has a man at 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Crockett Bulldogs.
And that was that big play downfield that we were talking about that the Crockett Bulldogs were capable of. And the quarterback there definitely threw a strike. And the Bulldogs jump out on top here first with 11:22 left.
Just like that, 2 plays, and the Bulldogs have jumped out front, exactly what head coach Greg Nace did not want to happen. Handling the kicking duties as the PAT is through and true. Morning on the PAT. So just like that, with 11:22 remaining in the first quarter, the Bulldogs have jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live. Two plays, 69 yards, a 60-yard touchdown pass And Anahuac quickly, in 38 seconds, trails 7-0.
As you said, something that Coach Nace definitely didn't want in that big play downfield, as the kick is away, and it's going to be fielded around the 15 and stepped out of bounds.
And the kick was aiming towards the sideline. You got to think if he doesn't field that, that goes out of bounds. And the Panthers get set up with pretty good field position at the 40. Instead, his momentum carried him out of bounds at the 16.
Yeah, if he would have just let that one go, and I think he knew it as soon as he caught it, that it would have went out of bounds.
Talked a little bit about the nerves that comes into a playoff game. Handoff, right side. It's
Sanchez
got bit by the turf monster after a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, it just looked like he slipped, lost his footing there as he got past the first level and just came down to the turf.
When I was on the field, and it really solid field down there. Fakes the pitch. Handoff is going to go straight up Broadway, but it's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. Nothing going there. Will bring up 3rd down and 7. Yeah, they did give him a pickup of 1. So 3rd down and 6. Ball is at the 20-yard line of the Panthers. Corbett will come under center. Lone back is Sanchez. Sets back, has Clark in and out of the hands of Zion as Clark had run to the inside and just couldn't come up with it. So just like that, 3 and out for the Panthers as they will get set to punt it away.
You know, a quick crossing route there by Clark. We haven't seen much of that this year. Most of the time he's going in the straight post for the Panther offense. Good to see a little bit mixing it up there as the snap is back. Punt is away from Sanchez. Not a good punt. And it'll fall around the 50 and be down around the 41-yard line.
So the punt will take a small Panther bounce. Will get collected at the 47, and that
47
is where.
Not the normal punt we see out of Sanchez. It looked like it went off the kind of the side of his foot. And Crockett will have excellent field position to start off their second possession.
So Jaden Collins, the sophomore quarterback for the Bulldogs, didn't really get a chance to mention him as very quickly putting points up on the board. He is set off to his right side as this one's going to come end around across the 45. He's going to get taken out right around midfield. They're going to give him the 49, so a 2-yard rush by Randy White. White was on the receiving end of that 60-yard touchdown pass. After the 2-yard gain, we'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Clock is stopped as White ran out of bounds with 9:58 remaining here in the first quarter. Out of the gun, handoff straight up the gut. Nice interior defense there. Logan DeHoyas coming up with the tackle. Give him a pickup of 1. Actually, they're going to say he got back to line of scrimmage, so no gain. Will bring up 3rd down and long.
If the defense can stop them here, it'll be a big play for them early on, as they need a little bit of a momentum shift and shake the cobwebs out. It looks like they've got some going on here tonight.
Out of the gun, sets back, looking downfield, has a man again. It's going to be caught at the 20 as he's going to go out of bounds at the 16.
You know, covered by Clark there, and he was trying to make a play on the football, but just lost it and right into the hands of the intended receiver. As we've got official timeout down on the field.
We'll take it
Looks
Well,
like
we're going to
he's up.
stay here. So White now, 2 catches, 95 yards. Both those catches thrown by Jaden Collins. 2 for 2 for 95 yards. And just like that, the Bulldogs deep into Panther territory in the red zone. Want to thank Wilcox Drug Store for sponsoring the first quarter. 1208 Miller Street in Anahuac, 409-267-6141. Out of the gun is Collins. Collins set back, going right this time. Has a man readjusting.
What a
Brought
catch.
in and caught. Touchdown Bulldogs.
What a catch there in the corner of the end zone, and it was thrown almost perfectly, but he laid out for it just to get his hands and tucked it into his body last second to pull it down for the touchdown.
3 for 3 for Jaden Collins. 2 of those passes being touchdowns. As Crockett has extended their lead 13-0 here early in the first quarter. Fountain to tack on the PAT. Snap back, kick up is through and true. So with 8:40 remaining here in the first quarter, your new score, Crockett leads Anahuac 14-0. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
You've heard about shopping local. How about banking local? Since 1976, Anahuac National Bank is the only locally owned and operated bank in Chambers County. We know you see Anahuac National Bank folks out in the community supporting our schools, veterans, and nonprofits. Why not bank where you live? These experienced banking professionals understand local businesses and the housing market. Visit online today at anbank.net, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, back here from Woodville Eagles Stadium on the campus of Woodville High School, where Crockett has jumped out to an early 14-0 lead over your Anahuac Panthers. 8:40 remaining here in the first quarter.
Panthers have got to get something going on offensively here now as they've dropped back early.
End-over-end kick is going to be fielded at the 18 by Luke Rybon. Across the 25, the freshman across the 30. 35-40 as he's going to get shoved out of bounds at the, well, they got 2 referees
43.
spotting it at the 40. They do move it forward to the 43.
What a great return there by Rybon. And that is just the jolt that this offensive needs to come into this possession.
So Corbett will bring his squad back onto the field from their own 43-yard line. Out of the pistol, Corbett. Behind him is Sanchez. Rybon in motion. Sanchez straight up Broadway across the 45. He's going to fall forward to the 47. That'll be a pickup of 4. We'll bring up 2nd down and 6. 3 carries, 8 yards for Christian.
Definitely picking up the pace here for the Anahuac offense. Moving a little quicker and getting the plays off.
Something we haven't seen too much. 3 wide, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Rybon in motion. Corbett out of the gun. He's going to fake the handoff. Corbett up the gut into Bulldog territory as he's going to get a pickup of 12. That's going to move the chains. First down of the ball game for the Panthers.
You took the words right out of my mouth. The first time they've moved the chains tonight, and that was a good play.
Quickly, Corbett under center. Pitch right to Dye. Dye off right tackle as he's going to be met, but after a pickup of 5, as that'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Panthers trying to move it quickly.
They're taking signals quickly from the sideline, and they're back to the football again.
Corbett under center. Sanchez the deep back. Panthers moving right to left. Sanchez trying to get around left tackle. Cannot. He's actually going to lose a yard. We'll bring up 3rd down and 6. 2nd, 3rd down of the ball game for the Panthers. This is going to be from 6. in Bulldog territory. It's early in the ball game, but you might consider this 4-down territory. Corbett will come under center. Timeout Panthers. We'll take it with them. With 6:48 remaining in the first quarter, it's Crockett 14, Anahuac nothing. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Hello, my name is Mark Poggles, and I'm the pastor at Community Christian Fellowship Church in Oak Island, Texas. I would like to personally invite you to join us for Bible study during the week and our church services on Sunday morning. We have a nursery for the little ones, and our church family will greet you with a smile on their face and a loving heart. Come and celebrate with us as we study God's Word and give Him all the praise and thanks He deserves. Hope to see you there. Take care and God bless. Go Panthers.
So Corbett under center. Sanchez the deep back. Will fake the handoff. Looking downfield. Screen pass to Sanchez. 40-35 is going to get knocked out of bounds. It looks like he's going to be about a yard short.
Yeah, and they mark him about a yard short. And they, most definitely, Greg Nace is going for it here. It's a long one, about a yard and a half, actually.
Corbett, pitch right to Dye. Dye trying to get forward. Breaks a tackle across the 30. 25 swim move. Is going to fall forward to the 22. But there's a penalty on the field. We'll have to see what it is.
It's a great effort by Dye to fight for that first down, but it looks like it's in the vicinity of holding on the Panthers.
Would be a 13-yard pickup. Still waiting for the official call. They're bringing the ball back, so that's never a good thing. Holding is the call on the Panthers. So with the holding penalty, that will bring on the punting unit. Sanchez will come on to punt. Erased a 13-yard rush by Dye.
It's definitely unfortunate as the Panthers are gaining some momentum there and getting in a rhythm offensively.
Punt is going to be much better. Aim towards the sideline. Taking a Panther bounce is going to roll inside the 15 and will come to rest at the 13-yard line.
Well, the Panthers' second possession stalls, and it's, you know, you could feel that they were starting to gain some rhythm there, Alex, and you know, they were definitely getting to the line a lot quicker than we've seen them do all year long. You know, at the first of the year, Greg Nace said that he wanted to, you know, run these plays quickly, and it's definitely something that we've seen here in this first playoff game.
And just like that, the Panthers are going to have to burn their second timeout as they were not set on defense with the Bulldogs about to snap it. We'll take the timeout with them. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Texas. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Don't miss the 1A through 4A UIL Football State Championships this December. For more information, visit uiltexas.org. Alex Outram, Trent Hart back here from Eagle Stadium. Out of the gun is Collins. Handoff straight up the gut across the 15, across the 20, pushing his way forward across the 35, forward to the 37. No, that was the blocker. They faked me out.
What a push up front.
27. So after the pickup of 14, handoff once more, going nowhere.
Defense looking for a big play. They were able to stop that one on the line of scrimmage.
Second down and 10. Crockett moving left to right. Flags all over the place. Under pressure, breaks free, has
He's got
nothing
room to
but
run.
room across the 40. Really nice open field tackle by Ty Pham.
I think that's offsides on the Panthers, Alex, but could be wrong. We'll see what the call is.
There was a whole bunch of movement.
Yes, there was.
In fact, you can probably argue the play shouldn't have happened, but
Doesn't look like the coaching staff of Anahuac is very happy.
no, that was on Anahuac. That was offside. Second penalty of the ball game. So they'll decline the penalty on the pickup of 23. Collins out of the gun. Handoff straight up the gut. Whistles fly.
I don't know if it's flag or a timeout. And I don't think they know either.
Head coach Greg Nace.
He is pretty hot. I mean, I can see the red up here, Alex. So the play was blown dead. And I think it was a matter of ball placement. So they'll replay the first down here.
So from the Bulldog 48, first down and 10, it's going to be Collins out of the gun. 3 wide, Bulldogs moving left to right. Snap, handoff, straight up Broadway. Fighting his way in the Panther territory. That's going to be a pickup of 5. We'll bring up second down and 5 after the handoff. Bear with us, we do not have the best of information up here. That was Demetrion Bedford on the carry. Second down and a long 5. Handoff is faked, and they had a man wide open.
A big man.
Carvondrick Rhodes had snuck out of the backfield and went in and out of the hands. Will bring up third down and 5. That was the first incompletion of the ball game for Jaden Collins.
Well, he was coming over the middle, and there was absolutely no Panther defender there. If he had caught that pass, it would have been a big gain.
Flag on the Panther sideline, and now they're talking to head coach Greg Nace.
I didn't even see that flag. And it could be a sideline
it's
warning.
Going to be a sideline warning. We've not gotten the official call yet, but this is not the start that the Panthers were looking forward to here in the first quarter.
Definitely having words, and like I said, you can see the red up here. I've not seen Coach Needs that red, ever.
Sideline warning. That is their first of the ball game. So third down and 5 with 4:42 remaining here in the first quarter.
They've got to come up with it here, Alex.
From the Panther 47. It's going to be Collins out of the gun. They're going to go 3 wide once more. He's going to be offset to his right by Bedford. Collins, the sophomore quarterback, sets back under pressure, gets the pass away, caught across the 40 to the 39. That's going to be a pickup of 8 and enough to move the chains from the pitch and catch to Randy White.
The Bulldogs definitely taking advantage of this Panther secondary, as they have struggled to cover their wideouts all up until this point.
And that was the case of the DBs having to spread back after being beat deep. This time the Panther defense is going to get into the backfield as Bedford had nowhere to go. He's going to lose 3. We'll bring up second down and 13.
So better job there up front by the Panthers to get past that front line of the Bulldogs and catch him in the backfield.
So from the Panther 42. Second down and long. More than likely going to be a passing down for the Bulldogs.
I keep forgetting that we're still in the first quarter, Alex.
Collins sets back, has a man, crossing route, in and out of the hands, as he did throw that behind the intended receiver, Randy White. That was White's first incompletion. He had been 3 of 4 on his targets. He already has 3 catches and 103 yards here in the first quarter.
And that's certainly an impressive statistic with almost 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Another important third down for the Panthers. They cannot let the Bulldogs put any more points on the board to keep this by-district game from slipping through their fingers.
Third down and long for the Bulldogs. 4 wide. Collins sets back. Screen pass right side. Caught across the 40, 35, 30. Makes a man miss. Is going to get knocked out of bounds at the 29. That's going to be a pickup of 18 and will move the chains.
And again, they expose the ends. And the cornerbacks over there, even though it was a screen pass, just seemed like that the Anahuac secondary is just struggling to get sideline to sideline.
The Panthers are on their heels. The defense is trying to not let the big play go. Intercepted! Across the 20, 25, 30, knocked out of bounds. Making the interception, Quinn Anderson.
So that is exactly what this Panther defense needs to get the momentum shifted and get it back on track right here.
So just like that, Panther football. First down and 10 from their own 34. 3:18 remaining here in the first quarter. And if you're head coach Greg Nace, you'd love to get some points on the board.
Well, you got to capitalize on plays like that, Alex. I mean, you got to keep the momentum going in these playoff games, because if you don't, it's definitely hard to come back from a momentum shift.
It's Corbett out of the gun. Fakes the handoff, trying to run right side as he gets lit up.
Helmet came flying off there as he was hit hard in the backfield.
And on the tackle was Zandrick Anderson, sophomore linebacker.
They're going to give him the line of scrimmage, I think.
They're going to get Corbett back to the line of scrimmage, so that'll be a pickup of nothing. Corbett's helmet came off.
So was there a flag on the play? I thought I saw one flying in, and there was. It was personal foul against the Bulldogs, and that's going to be an automatic first down for the Panthers.
First penalty of the ballgame for the Bulldogs. Moves the chains for the Panthers. First down and 10 from the Panther 49. We'll tick under 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter after this play. Zion Clark will come to the near side. 2 backs in the backfield. It's Bailey and Sanchez. Pitch right, Bailey. Across midfield. He's going to be hit very quickly as he'll get to the 49, and that'll be a pickup of 2. Nonetheless, into Bulldog territory.
So across midfield for the second time tonight. The last drive stalled, and they've got to put some points on the board here.
Second down and 8 as the quadruplet of running backs for the Panthers have all touched the ball at least once. Corbett out of the gun, offset to his right by Sanchez. He'll send Ryvon in motion. Corbett going to keep it. He's going to make a couple of moves. He'll pick up 2. We'll bring up third down and 6. Third down of the ball game. They've not converted a third down. As we said, there are definitely some razzle-dazzle plays in Greg Nace's playbook. He is going to let them fly tonight. Just depends on when. Under center, Corbett rolling left, looking for a man. He's going to tuck it and keep it. Makes a move, 45,
Couple
40,
moves.
35, makes another move across the 20.
Good stiff arm. Finally brought down inside the 20.
Down to the 18. That's going to be a pickup of 30 and a first down.
Good run there by Corbett, and the awareness, Alex. He was rolling out, looking to pass that football, and decided to tuck it. Had plenty of room up front and made a couple of great moves and a huge stiff arm there at the 20 to get inside there. And we're seeing the Panthers in the red zone for the first time tonight.
Boy, the sophomore quarterback was trying to break some ankles there. First down and 10 inside the red zone. From the 18, Corbett under center, deep back is Bailey. Fakes the handoff. It's going to go to Sanchez. Sanchez left side. He's going to get hit.
Still chugging.
He's going to break a tackle. He's going to drag defenders with him down to the 8. That's going to be a pickup of 10 and a first down. So goal to go for the Panthers.
They
They're
marked
going to
him
mark him short. It's going to be second down and inches. Panthers with some momentum. 55 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. It's going to be Corbett under center. 4 wide. Corbett fakes the pitch, looking to the end zone.
Almost picked off there. Dangerous pass.
Dangerous pass in and out of the hands of the defender.
And his intended target there, I didn't see what the number trying to look for.
It was Bailey.
Was it Bailey? And he just wasn't looking at him.
Bailey had come back on a curl route. But like you said, very close to an interception there. So Marcus Curiel checking into the game, as we might see a run here from Corbett on third down and short.
Well, I can almost promise you that's what's coming.
Pitch back to Corbett. As
he's caught
I don't know
quickly.
if he's going to get there.
They didn't give him even 4 prods. They're going to give him a loss of 1 on that.
They're going to give him a loss of 1 on that. That's going to be third down and a full 2 now.
That's actually 4th down.
I'm sorry, 4th down.
And, yeah, he's going to lose 1. As De Hoyos and K. Dye are checking in the game, and that's going to be a timeout being called. And that's official timeout. I thought the Bulldogs called a timeout there for a second. I don't know what they're talking about.
Looks like they have it together now. 4th down and 2.
They think they do anyway.
In between the hash marks of the 18 and 19. I'm sorry, the 8 and 9.
So the big men are in the game. Dye and De Hoya is off to the right side of
Corbett to the weak side. He's going to pick up the first down.
And as I was saying there, probably a little bit of misdirection on the Panthers' part, bringing in the big guys who were lined up to the right of Corbett. And Corbett keeps it himself, able to pick up the first down, and that'll be the end of the first quarter here in Woodville.
So at the end of the first quarter, your score, Crockett leads Anahuac 14-0. We'll continue after this on Anahuac Sports Live. Alex Outram, Trent Hart back from Woodville Eagles Stadium on the campus of Woodville High School here in the Piney Woods of East Texas. Second quarter set to begin. First down and goal for the Panthers. More whistles on the field.
They're trying to, I don't know what they're doing over there on the far sideline. It's first and goal. I'm not sure what they're trying to get the placement right. Well, I wish we had that reffing crew that we had last week. Where are they at? As this official crew is a little bit more lax, I guess is the word.
First and goal from the 4. Corbett sets back, handoff Bailey. Bailey trying to bulldoze his way
into the end zone.
4-yard touchdown for Jamaj Bailey caps off the drive. As the Panthers have cut the deficit to 8 pending the point after. Nine-play drive the Panthers put together there. Sanchez on to tack on the point after. Clark to hold it. Bobbles it, still gets it off, is through and true. So with 11:53 remaining in the first half, the Panthers have cut the deficit in half as they trail 14-7. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, no matter what you nurture or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart here, back from Woodville, Texas. By district play between Crockett and Anahuac as the Panthers have put their first points onto the board. It was a 3-minute, 25-second drive with 66 yards. 9 plays capped off by a 4-yard bulldozing run from Jamaj Bailey as he was not going to be denied to get to pay dirt. Your score, 14-7 on your Porter's Alligator and Deer Processing scoreboard.
Well, definitely something that the Panthers needed and to capitalize on that interception. Onside
kick is going to be caught at the 50, directly at the 50.
I haven't seen a motion yet from the officiating crew. I know it went far enough. It depends on where he fielded it at, though.
Well, we've got 2 referees talking about it. The near side put it at the 50. The far side came in at the Panther 49. So the decision between those two is going to determine who has the ball. And if it's at the 50, the Panthers will have it. First down, Panthers.
So the onside kick by Sanchez recovered by Zion Clark. What a great play there on special teams for the Panthers.
So head coach Greg Nace talked about pulling out all the tricks tonight. And just like that, just over midfield, not quite to the 49. You call it the 49.5 to Panther territory. Has been tough sledding for Christian so far tonight. 6 carries for 15 yards.
And we apologize there, folks, that the stream dropped there for a moment. And we're going to try and hopefully during halftime it doesn't do that again, as we are working on a short Wi-Fi signal, as Anahuac's going to take their 3rd and final timeout of the first half. We're going to do so also. We'll be back right after this. Looking for just the right bank? For a real community bank, locally owned and operated since 1976, come to Anahuac National Bank. Offering services from your first checking account to mobile and online banking to business and home loans. This is Texas banking at its best. Find us online at anbank.net. Anahuac National Bank, Chambers County's only locally owned and independently operated bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart back here for 2nd down and 12. Second quarter being brought to you in part by Prime Agricultural Services. 409-391-0097 here in Anahuac. Second down and 12 from the Panther 49. As we are set for play, Panthers moving left to right. Corbett under center. 2 wide to the far side. That's Clark and Rivon. Pitch end around. Statue of Liberty play is going to be taken down from behind. As that's going to be a loss of 8. And that's going to bring up third down and almost Anahuac.
Want to take a second and let everybody know if the stream does drop, we will come back as quickly as possible as we're having a little bit of Wi-Fi trouble cutting in and out. If you would, somebody in the chat, let us know how we're sounding and looking on y'all's end, if you would, please.
So third down and 18 from the Panther 43. Corbett. Deep backs are Sanchez and Dye. Handoff straight up the gut to Sanchez.
Bailey.
He's going to put the ball on the turf, and the Bulldogs have recovered off the Christian Sanchez fumble.
It was Sanchez. So
Sanchez that's going to be a pickup of 7, and then the fumble. First turnover of the game for the Panthers.
As I was just about to say, Sanchez has had a little bit of a problem holding on to the football this year. A critical turnover last week, and done so there as the Bulldogs take over in Anahuac territory.
So from the 48, Collins sets back, has a man in and out of the hands. Intended receiver was White. The third incompletion of the ball game. We'll bring up second down and 10. 3 wide as Crockett now moving right to left. He puts it on the ground, and it's going to be recovered by the Panthers.
And the quarterback just took his eyes on it. It was a low snap, went down on the turf, and the Panthers are able to recover.
And on the recovery, Garrett Dye, the freshman. Collins got kind of lackadaisical with the ball as, like you said, it was a low snap. He just never had control of it, put it on the ground, and just like that, the Panthers are set up very well once more from the Bulldog 43.
Great job there by the youngest Dye brother.
Corbett out of the gun, sends Rivon in motion. He's going to run it left side across the 40, pulling his way forward, bulldozing his way. He's going to get forward progress to the 36. Will be a pickup of 6. Second down and 4.
It looks like maybe 3 to go.
So give him 7. Gives them 7 rushes, 47 yards. Second down and 3. 9:38 and counting here in the first half. Your score, Crockett leading Anahuac 14-7 on your Porter's Alligator and Deer Processing scoreboard. Corbett out of the gun, sends a man in motion. As we're going to have movement before the snap. That will be the second penalty after the false start. We'll bring up second down and 8. On the year, Landon Corbett coming in with just over 1,700 yards of total offense. Sanchez with 661 yards. 26 receptions, 546 yards for Zion Clark. Corbett, right side to Sanchez. Sanchez has room across the 30, fighting his way forward to the 27.
Much better effort there by Sanchez to pick up the first down. A little shaken up on that play.
14-yard pickup as Sanchez was not going to be denied. So 1st down and 10, moving the chains from the Bulldog 27. As we're going to have
it's an official timeout.
just a couple moments for an injured player.
There we go.
So Corbett back under center. Pitch right to Bailey. Bailey puts it on the turf.
Oh, no.
As Corbett was able to jump on it. It's going to be a loss of 2.
It's the ball getting popped loose again. This time it was recovered. Thank goodness for the Panthers.
Make it a loss of 3. So 2nd down and 13. From the Bulldog 30. From the near side. Corbett keeping it himself straight up Broadway.
Pushing.
He's going to be met by a host of defenders. We'll see where they gave him forward progress. As it looks like they're going to mark it at the 26. So that'll be a pickup of 5. We'll bring up, they're going to mark it at the 25. So that's a pickup of 7. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 8. So that was a pickup of 5. 9 rushes, 49 yards for Corbett. From the near side, Anahuac moving left to right. Deep back is Bailey, offset by Dye. Rolling right, has a man, throws it to Clark. Clark in the corner, caught.
No!
Out of bounds.
Man, do I wish I had replay here tonight. I thought he had it caught and 2 feet in, Alex. At least 2 steps.
Wow. Outstanding effort by Clark. As he put,
and from up here it looked like it was in, but it doesn't matter what we think up here, it matters what they think down there.
4th down and long 7, short 8. 2nd, 4th down of the ball game that the Panthers have gone for. Sends Ryvon in motion. Sets back. Corbett rolling. Is going to try to keep it himself as he's going to be taken down in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 on the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Just had nothing going for him downfield as he was looking to get rid of it, and just nowhere to go.
So with 7:04 remaining here in the first half, the Bulldogs will take back over for their 5th possession of the ball game. From their own 28-yard line.
So quick question out there to everybody listening. Did a little bit of research today, and I think I had the year the last time the Panthers won a by-district playoff game. And if some of you faithful out there could give me that date so I can confirm.
Hand off straight up the gut. It's going to pick up 2. We'll bring up 2nd down and 8. That going to Delane. He's got 5 rushes for 25 yards. Beautiful evening here in East Texas. As just a slight chill. Perfect football weather. 6:29 and counting. Collins sets back. Throwing downfield is going to be caught. 40, makes a move at the 35-30. No one's going to catch him. That's going to be a 70.
Oh, my. Down at the 1.
Boy, I did not expect that. That is Quinn Anderson.
But a huge play there by the Bulldogs. They're going to place it at the 2.
.172 yards receiving for Randy White. 206 yards passing for Jaden Collins.
And we got a man down here uncovered. And this should be an easy pick.
Wow. Into the end zone, touchdown.
So the defense was way off there, as there was a man wide open here to the near side, uncovered.
2-yard touchdown pass to Randy White. You have to cover the guy who has 174 yards receiving. Fifth catch of the evening for White, as the Bulldogs have extended their lead 20-7 pending the point after. Garcia, PA point after, is through and true. So with 5:47 remaining here in the first half, it's the Bulldogs extending their lead 21-7. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Want an escape to a relaxing destination on the Texas Gulf Coast? Trinity Bay RV and Lodging has just what you need. Nestled next to historic Fort Anahuac Park and less than an hour east of Houston, Trinity Bay RV and Lodging has everything for your next vacation, weekend getaway, or extended stay, offering daily, weekly, and monthly rates on 54 full hookup RV sites and 11 fully furnished cabins. Visit online today at trinitybayrvlodging.com or give them a call, 409-267-6774.
Five plays, 72 yards, took a minute 17 off the clock. A 2-yard touchdown pass from Collins to White extends the Bulldog lead to 21-7 here in the second quarter, as Garcia is back out to handle the kicking duties for the Bulldogs. And that's one of those plays that you'd love to have back. You'd love to have one of those timeouts in your back pocket so that you could have called it there. Nonetheless, still plenty of time to make it up. Garcia, end over end kick, is going to be fielded at the 17. Across the 25 and being taken down at the 27 was Christian Sanchez on the return. 5:38 remaining here in the first half. Anahuac taking over from their own 27.
Want to remind everybody, if you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button. And we're trying to look for that magic 1,000 mark. As you can see on your ticker, we're over 400. Maybe we can get to 500 tonight with some of your help.
Timeout, Bulldogs. It's their first timeout of the first half. And, you know, what we've seen is the Panthers, they've made inroads to the Bulldog defense deep into their territory, but they've come away with no points on 3 separate occasions in Bulldog territory.
Well, the onside kick, you were expecting them to capitalize on that onside kick just the way that they did on the interception, and they weren't able to get anything going as they crossed the 30, and it just stalled again. The second stall as they were knocking on the door of the red zone for the second time. And, you know, the credit where credit's due, the Bulldogs defense has held the Anahuac run game in check for the most part here tonight.
So Corbett brings the squad back onto the field. Anahuac moving left to right. It's going to be Corbett under center. Behind him is Dye and Bailey. I'm sorry, Sanchez. Sanchez is going to get the handoff across the 30, across the 40. Room. Got a man to beat it into Bulldog territory.
And there's a flag late hit.
A late tackle. And Christian Sanchez was not happy about that one.
No, they weren't. There's a lot of jaw-jacking going on. They need to save that for another day and another time. Probably a multiple penalties there on that play. As Sanchez was running here to the near side sideline, he was hit late, way late, by a Crockett defender, and the flags came out immediately.
I'm trying to see where they have the ball marked.
And he came out of bounds up here around I would think close to the 35. And that's where I've got one line judge, I think, standing.
I'm not very good at math, Trent, and I'm just trying to put stats together. So, as it stands right now, I've got it at 36 yards on the carry from Sanchez. That's why I always preface my stats with the way that we have them. And that 36-yard rush actually doubles what Sanchez has had. Now 9 rushes, 72 yards, personal foul, unsportsmanlike.
Both teams. Wow. And that's
unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It is. And, a late hit. And, Sanchez popped up quickly, but didn't do anything I thought was out of the, just extreme. But, who knows what the jaw-jacking was going on down there. But it definitely didn't seem that way for a personal foul to go against the Panthers there. As it's going to offset. Result of the play, the ball is going to be put right at the 35-yard line, I believe.
5.5 remaining here in the first half.
The Panthers would definitely like to get some more points before we go into halftime to get it at least a one-possession game. They're still, I don't know what they're talking about and what's taking so long down there, Alex. They may not give him the 35. Maybe it looks like more like the 40. But I know that he went out of bounds at the 35 and he was late hit at the 30. I cannot believe that. They marked it on the 43-yard line. He was knocked out of bounds at the 35. That is insane. I don't understand what is going on down there, Alex. And Nace is beside himself.
He was farther, right?
He was down here. And the Anahuac faithful here in the stands not happy about it either, and I don't blame them. So not the first bad call we've seen tonight.
Well, I know who's not going to get a good grade film on there.
Definitely not.
This is a clown show.
So
5 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first half. First down and 10, Corbett under center. Clark and Rivon to the far side of the field. Dye the deep back. Handoff, Sanchez round the left corner. Cross the 40. Falls forward down to the 37-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 6. We'll bring up second down and 4. I'm generally pretty partial to referees. My father-in-law has been refereeing football for over 25 years. Timeout, Bulldogs. We'll take it with them. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Bulldogs leading the Panthers 21-7. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live. Alex Outram, Trent Hart back from Woodville Eagles Stadium on the campus of Woodville High School. By-district playoff here as last night kicked off the Texas High School football playoffs. 10-3A victorious in both of their games. Corbett under center. Handoff. Right side. Sanchez trying to fight his way forward. They're going to give him forward progress to the 34, where they should have already been. That'll be a pickup of 3 and 3rd down and 1.
And in case you are wondering what Alex meant by that, if you're just now coming in, a late hit penalty and a bad mark of the football of where he went out, because he went out at the 35, late hit at the 30, but nonetheless, we are now 3rd and short here, just inside the 35.
3rd down and 1, 5th third down of the ball game. Handoff straight up the gut. Dye is going to pick up 4 and will convert the 1st down.
So now at the 30-yard line where the late hit occurred, and after the offsetting penalties, what late hit, right?
I mean, how you throw a flag on Sanchez after he's 4 yards out of bounds and 5 yards past the play is beyond me.
Official timeout, as they got to talk about it again, because apparently we've got, okay, now we can go.
1st down and 10 from the 30. Corbett
Interesting.
Under center. We'll hand it off Sanchez left side. He's going to get nowhere. He's going to end up losing 2. We'll bring up 2nd down and 12. 12 rushes, 79 yards for Sanchez. We'll tick under 3:15 and counting here in the first half. Corbett getting the play call from head coach Nace. Corbett will be under center. 2 backs behind him. It's Sanchez and Dye. Corbett rolling right, looking downfield. He has tons of
Plenty of room.
25, 20, 15, has 2 men to beat.
Hurdles a man and hit hard.
Gets knocked out of bounds at the 6.
Excellent run there by Corbett. He looked in the pass and had plenty of room to run there on the far sideline. Hurdled a man, gets it inside, right close to the 5-yard line, and they're knocking at the door again, Alex.
28-yard rush from Corbett. Moves the chains, goal to go. Now the big thing about this drive, as the clock winds on, the Panthers get the ball first in the second half. Would love to get some more points on the board here before we end the first half.
Yes, they would.
Clark out to the near side with Ryvon. Corbett under center, deep back is Sanchez. Handoff right side, he's going to be swarmed. And he's going
ball's on the ground
to lose.
And I can't believe he didn't mark down by contact. Had to have been marked down by contact. Was it recovered by the Panthers? He had to have been marked down by contact. And if they didn't call that, then we've got something seriously wrong here in Woodville. And they've got to talk about it again with a community meeting down there. And they are going to mark him down by contact. So
Marked down by contact. 2nd down.
I was about to get a little bit excited there.
2nd down and goal to go from the 6. Corbett out of the gun. 3 wide will send the man in motion. And we're going to have illegal motion. Corbett's going to take it down to the 1. It's not going to matter. As he sent the man in motion, and it was Sanchez out of the slot who moved 2 players at the same time. So that'll be the 3rd penalty on the Panthers for 20 yards. Illegal formation. So $1:31 remaining here in the first half. That's going to set them back to the 11. Will be 2nd down and goal from the Bulldog 11. Clock will wind.
So that'll back them up to the 11-yard line. 2nd and goal still.
Corbett out of the gun, offset to his right by Sanchez. Fakes the handoff.
Got
He's going to
plenty of
take
room.
it to
He's gonna
himself.
get in there.
5. Touchdown, Corbett. Touchdown, Panthers. So the 11-yard touchdown puts 6 more on the board. As the new score, 21-13, pending the point after from Christian Sanchez.
Well, sometimes when you can't get the calls to go your way, you just got to answer with a touchdown.
Clark the holder, snap back, kick is up and is good. So with 1:13 remaining here in the first half, the Panthers have cut the deficit in half once more. They still trail 21-14. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh,
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Texas who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play. And you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart back here from Woodville Eagle Stadium on the campus of Woodville High School. As we have a new score, 21-14. Sanchez has the ball teed up. End over end line drive kick is going to go straight through the back of the end zone. Nice kick there by Sanchez. Will have the Bulldogs setting up shop at their own 25-yard line with 1:13 remaining here in the first quarter.
And definitely
first half.
Now's not the time to let a big play slip through your fingers here before you go into the locker room, as the defense has had a little bit of trouble covering the deep ball that has been, attacked by the Bulldogs so far in this first half.
Panthers drive 8 plays. Took up 4 minutes and 25 seconds. They drove 73 yards. Behind the 11-yard keeper from Landon Corbett. Major score 14-21. With the Panthers trailing on your Porter's Alligator and Deer Processing scoreboard. Collins out of the gun.
Flags on the
Panthers
play.
Offsides, looking to go somewhere downfield. He's going to get caught from behind, but the play's not going to count, and that's going to make it first down and 5, as the Panthers will have their 4th penalty for 25 yards. And will shorten the field just a bit for the Bulldogs.
Yep. Sure enough, offsides on the Panthers there as the officials stepped it off.
So first down and 5. It's going to be 4 wide for the Bulldogs, 2 to each side. Collins sets back. The lefty under pressure. It's going to be taken down.
And first sack tonight by the Panther defense, and it couldn't come at a better time here in the first half. And that was number 55, Garrett Dye. I tell you what, Garrett Dye, the freshman, we've called his name out twice tonight, once on a fumble recovery and now on a sack of the quarterback.
Also helping him out in the backfield, Presley Mouton. So now second down and long, and with no timeouts and a lead of 7, the Bulldogs are not rushing anything. Second down and 16 after the loss of...
Well, they got 1. Low snap.
11. Pass is going to be incomplete. I meant the Panthers didn't have any timeouts to stop the clock. So Collins with only his 4th incompletion of the first half. stops the clock with 16 seconds remaining.
You got to think they'll take a shot downfield on this play here.
So 3rd down and halfway to Livingston to pick up the first down. They're going to take a knee, and we're going to take it to the half. So at the half, it's the Crockett Bulldogs leading the Anahuac Panthers 21-14. We invite you to stick around for halftime as Trent and I will have analysis of the first half, keys to the second half, and statistics as we have them. We invite you to stick with us back after this on the Anahuac National Bank Halftime Show on Anahuac Sports Live.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Anahuac National Bank Halftime Show. Trent Hart and Alex Outram here with you. We'll be back here after the bands perform. We're going to let everybody take a listen. Want to remind everybody to keep it civil in the chat, because if you don't, we'll have to block you. So please keep things at a respectable level, and we sure would appreciate it. Right now, here is the Crockett Bulldog Band, and we'll be back here after the bands finish up with a little bit of analysis and some scores around the area right after the bands perform. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Ruben Sanchez on percussion. The band member of the week goes to trumpet soloist Gatlin Reeves. The band is led on the field under the direction of drum major Miss Meredith Tuggle. Tonight, the band will begin their performance with a Bon Jovi hit entitled You Give Love a Bad Name. tonight's performance for the very popular song, written and made famous by Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Don't touch me. Get cooties. Huh? There's a shop for that. Shop for what? Food for her. She needs it. I do need a shot. This is my mother. Pledge allegiance.
Can I cut over? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please help me welcome to the field the lovely Anahuac Pantherettes. The line is led by their director, Mrs. Kelly Guerra. Lieutenant Kylie Sendehas. Lieutenant Daniela Ortiz. Colonel Bree Lino. Pantherettes of the week are Natalia Martinez and Britton Nowak. The ladies will now perform their field jazz routine to Uma Thurman, played by the Pride of Anahuac. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Pride of Anahuac. Tonight they will be performing Push It and All of the Lights from your 2020-2021 show. Drum majors for the Pride are Head Drum Major Abigail Ortega, Drum Major Megan Alfred, Drum Major Diego Merez. Color Guard Captain are Sandra Hernandez and Elise Garcia. Marcher of the Week is Dakota Hennigan.
checks out from Trent Hart, back from Woodville Eagles Stadium on the campus of Woodville High School, where at the half, Crockett leads Anahuac 21-14 on your Anahuac National Bank halftime show. And looking at some scores from around the area that at least interest those of us in 10-3A and looking a peek ahead to next week. As for the other 10-3A game going on right now, Diboll is all over Buna, 39-16 at the half. And a look ahead to the matchup of who we would be facing next week between Lorena and Bowling. Lorena, the district champion out of 11-3A, taking on the last place or the last qualifier out of 12-3A Bowling. Lorena leading 27-7 at the half there. So looking a little bit like might know who will be playing after we take down this game tonight. Looking at the stats as we have them. First for the Crockett Bulldogs. Kywin Delane, the leading rusher. He's got 5 rushes for 25 yards. White's got 1 rush for 2. Collins got 12 rushes for 12 yards. And Bedford has 2 rushes for 2 yards. Speaking of Collins, Jane Collins, the sophomore quarterback, thrown for 208 yards and 3 touchdowns. He is 8 of 12 through the air. I'm sorry, 7 of 12 through the air. On the receiving side, Randy White leading the way, 5 receptions, 174 yards and 2 touches. Ty Jones with 1 reception for 16 yards, and Delane with a screen pass for 18 yards. They've got 1 penalty for 15, and that was on a oh, you know what? I never took that off. That was that personal foul.
Right.
That was negated. Looking at Anahuac, rushing, leading the way, Landon Corbett, 12 rushes, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Christian Sanchez has 12 rushes, 79 yards. Cade Dye, 2 rushes for 9, and Jamaj Bailey, 2 rushes for 6 with an all-important touchdown. Passing, not much going on through the air. 1 of 3 for 5 yards, and that was a screen pass to Christian Sanchez. So Sanchez with 5 yards and 4 penalties for 25 yards in the first half for the Anahuac Panthers. Looking at the beginning of the game, first 2 drives of the ball game for Crockett. They were able to take it to the house. First drive of the ball game, 2 plays, 38 yards, a 69-yard drive. 60 of it was the touchdown from Collins to White on the second play of the ball game. And there on the ensuing drive, Anahuac went 3 and out, punted it back to Crockett as they took 1:22 off the clock in 4 plays. This time it was Collins to Jones from 16 yards out. That extended the lead to 14-0. Anahuac was driving on their second drive as they were getting deep into Crockett territory. They went for it on 4th down and 1, converted, but it was a holding call that reversed the decision and had to make Greg Nace punt there. On the ensuing drive for Crockett, Quinn Anderson picked off the football for the first turnover, or I guess the second turnover of the ball game. That would have nope, that was the first turnover of the ball game, as that gave Anahuac new life, and they converted on a 9-play, 66-yard drive that took 3:25 off the clock. It was a 4-yard Jamaj Bailey rush as he was able to bulldoze his way in. That cut the lead in half to 14-7. After that, it was an onside kick that caught Crockett on their heels. The Panthers recovered, but they actually turned it over as well. It was at that point that Crockett turned the ball over again, And then Anahuac turned it over on downs just after that. The ensuing drive for Crockett took 5 plays, 1:17 off the clock. It was a 2-yard touchdown from Collins to White, as a mistake in the secondary allowed White to have no man on him and convert the touchdown. After that, it was Anahuac driving and answering. 8 plays, 73 yards, 4 minutes and 25 seconds off the clock. It was an interesting drive. Nonetheless, Landon Corbett was able to take it to pay dirt from 11 yards out. He kept it. Sanchez tacked on the point after, and again cut the deficit in half to 21-14, where we are at the half. And Trent, a lot of the things that we talked about in the first half in the pregame show, talking to the coaches, what couldn't happen came up and happened.
Yeah, it did. And, you know, it's turn myself down a little bit. You know, it's the thing that I took away from that first half was, and we talked about it, is the Bulldogs' ability to attack through the air, and they did just that on some huge plays. And the Anahuac secondary was just not able to, you know, cover as well as, you know, Coach Nace would like. And but there was some good things on defense. I'm especially impressed with the freshman, younger Die brother Garrett, and, you know, coming up with a fumble recovery right when the Anahuac defense needed it the most, and then coming up with a huge sack there at the end of the first half. You know, that very impressed there. You know, he played JV all year long, and coaches brought him up especially for this playoff run. And, you know, come up with a couple of big plays there. And, of course, let's not forget about the interception that came at a key time. Was unable to, you know, capitalize from it. But toward the end of the second quarter there, you know, you could feel the momentum kind of shifting toward the Anahuac Panthers. And let's hope that they come out of the locker room and out of this halftime with that same kind of momentum, and have different attitudes approaching this second half and shutting down the Crockett Bulldogs.
So the teams are getting ready to come back out onto the field. We're going to take one more timeout here to cap off the Anahuac National Bank halftime show, and we'll be back with the second half of play after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
You've heard about shopping local. How about banking local? Since 1976, Anahuac National Bank is the only locally owned and operated bank in Chambers County. We know you see Anahuac National Bank folks out in the community supporting our schools, veterans, and nonprofits. Why not bank where you live? These experienced banking professionals understand local businesses and the housing market. Visit online today at anbank.net, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart back here from Eagle Stadium on the campus of Woodville High School, where we are 60 seconds away from being set for the second half of play here in the by-district round of the Texas High School Football Playoffs. Second night of playoff action, as all schools from 4A down are starting the playoff journey. 5A and 6A continuing their journey through district play right now, as they started 4 weeks after the 4A division and under. So going to get quite a bit of playoff football here in the state of Texas, and everybody knows Friday Night Lights is king in Texas.
It definitely is, and it's and I said it in the pregame, it's so good to be back involved with Texas high school football and to watch some playoff action here tonight, you know, against the Crockett Bulldogs and the Anahuac Panthers, two very evenly matched teams from what we've seen so far in the first half.
Trent, what's Anahuac going to have to do here in the second half to get things turned around?
They got to cover the deep ball, Alex. I mean, that's definitely Crockett's threat. That's their bread and butter. They've got two very good receivers on each sideline when they line up offensively, and the defensive backs are going to have to do a much better job covering those receivers. And even if they have to double team them some, and not a whole lot of getting to the cornerback, but I'm sure that they're going to try and blitz a little bit more as well.
So the ball is being teed up at the Bulldog 40. The Panthers are set to open up the second half with the football. They will be moving from left to right as flagpoles not really moving. No wind to have any issues. A brisk 66 degrees here in Woodville in the Piney Woods. Panther fans on their feet here for the kickoff as we get set to go.
In playoff football, Alex, coming out of the half, I wouldn't be surprised to see an onside kick here from Crockett.
Christian Sanchez, the main return man, back deep. Garcia, squib kick is going to be taken by Cade Dye. He'll take a knee at the 31, and that, or the 32, we'll see what they give him.
Low kick on the ground, and Dye just jumped on it and made the smart play of just falling down. And
They have no idea where to spot the ball.
Are you kidding me right now? I would figure that they would have figured it out maybe at halftime, but I think I was giving them a little too much credit.
All right, so let's start the ball.
At the 30 is where they're going to put it.
Corbett under center. Two backs behind them, Dye and Sanchez, straight up the gut to Dye. Dye's going to plow forward for 4. We'll bring up second down and 6.
The Panthers going to stick what they do best, and that's running the football by committee between Dye, Bailey, and Sanchez, with Corbett leading the way and tucking the ball himself here and there.
Huge aspect of that last touchdown before halftime was getting it to where they could still keep to their game plan. Sanchez is going to get caught in the backfield. He's going to lose 2. We'll bring up third down and 8. So Corbett getting the play call from head coach Greg Nace. The Panthers moving left to right. Ball is just off the far hash. Play clock down to 10. And Anahuac's going to have to burn a timeout here on the third play of the second half. Want to thank Chambers County Abstract Company for presenting the third quarter. CCAC.net, 545 Washington Avenue. There in Anahuac. They can be reached at 1-800-259-6261. Want to thank the University Interscholastic League for allowing Anahuac Sports Life to broadcast our first playoff game. Don't miss the 1A through 4A UIL State Volleyball Tournament on November 21st at the Curtis Colwell Center in Garland. For more information, visit uiltexas.org. So after the timeout, third down and 8 for the Panthers. Corbett's going to come under center. He's going to have Cade Dye and Christian Sanchez behind him. Ryvon and Clark, the 2 wide receivers. Corbett sets back, under pressure. He's going to keep it. He's going to make a man move. And 35 picks up a huge block from the freshman, Luke Ryvon. That's going to be a pickup of 12 and a first down, move the chains.
What a great block there by Ryvon to give Corbett just enough room here on the near sideline and pick up an extra probably would about an extra 6 yards off that block and move the chains.
It gave him the first down. That was a heads-up play by the freshman. And we've seen Luke Ryvon play more and more here the last few weeks.
Yep.
Corbett out of the gun. He's offset to his right by Jamaj Bailey. In the round. Curiel is going to throw it up for grabs.
That's dangerous.
And
caught.
That's going to be intercepted.
He fell out.
Oh, it fell.
It fell out. He wasn't able to catch it on. What a big break there for Anahuac, because they just threw it up, and it was dangerous. And he almost came up with the interception.
Boy, you cannot do that. Greg Nace was on fire down there. You cannot throw that ball up like that. That's a freshman mistake right there. Jelaine Carruthers couldn't corral that interception in. So 2nd down and 10. Corbett under center, 2 receivers to the near side. Handoff straight up the gut to Dye. He's going to get into Bulldog territory. He's going to fight his way forward down to the 40. He fought his way forward down to the 40. Picked up an extra 10 yards after contact. Give him a picked up of 15 and move the chains.
And the story of this ball game is the Dye brothers so far, with a great run there by Cade Dye, the senior, to pick up the first down. And, I mean, it's like we said, that Mike Allstott style running of Cade Dye, lowering that shoulder and running downhill.
Panther fans showing their appreciation. Quick pitch, Bailey, left side, across the 40, across the 30, fighting his way forward. Is going to fall forward to the 23. Pickup of 13. No, I'm sorry. That's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Another good run there by the Panthers. This time Bailey carrying the football and lowering his shoulder as well, as he's hard to bring down.
Bailey, the deep back, fakes the handoff. Corbett keeps it himself. He's going to pick up a yard. They're going to give him a yard. 2nd down and 9. 14 carries, 98 yards for Corbett, as we will tick under 9 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter after this play. Corbett getting the call from the sideline.
So the Panthers in the red zone looking to score and tie it up here in the 3rd quarter.
2nd down and 9 from the Bulldog 22. Corbett under center, pitch right at Sanchez. Sanchez is going to be met, and he's not going to get too far. In fact, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be it. So 3rd down and 9.
Well, they're definitely in 4-down territory, as I don't expect a field goal attempt, even if it does get to 4th down. And we know that Sanchez has the leg, but I don't expect that out of Nace at this point in the ballgame.
21-14. Crockett leading Anahuac on your Porter's Alligator and Deer Processing scoreboard. Out of the gun, Corbett offset to his right and his left. Fakes the handoff, looking downfield. Has a man, and it's going to be just out of the grasp.
And then
the pass was intended for Adam Galeas.
Yep. And Galeas had a step, and he was open. Just Corbett was unable to hit his target there and let him a little too much. And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Panthers.
Want to thank Avery and Cade Altram for listening to tonight's broadcast, along with Courtney Altram and family.
Big 4th down play for the Anahuac offense here.
4th down and 9. Corbett coming under center. 2 backs, rolling right, looking to throw. Has to keep it. He has room across the 20, and he's going to be taken down shy. He's going to pick up 5, but that's not going to be enough, as the Panthers will turn it over on downs.
The 3rd drive tonight, Alex, it's gotten close and stalled out for the Panther offense, as the Bulldog defense holds true and keeps them from putting any points on the board.
And we've talked a lot all season about bending but not breaking, and that's really been the story of the Bulldog defense tonight.
Yep.
So the Bulldogs will set up shop at their own, give them the 18. With 7:47 remaining here in the third quarter. Out of the gun, handoff. Is going to go straight up the gut, across to 25, falls forward to the 26. That's going to be a pickup of 9. As on the carry was Delane. That's 6 rushes, 34 yards for Delane. Second down and 1. Handoff, Delane, straight up Broadway. Going to fight his way forward. He's going to pick up 4 and move the chains. So we'll tick under 7 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. First down and 10 at the 30. Anahuac faithful trying to make noise here on their sideline. Collins out of the gun. 3 wide, 2 to the far, 1 to the near. Bulldogs moving right to left, handoff straight up the gut. It's going to go nowhere.
And met immediately and for a loss of 1 is Logan DeHoyas, was the first one to get to him.
Second down and 11, make it second down and 12.
Seen the Bulldogs handing the football off more here to start off the second half. And when you're looking for the pass, you know, it opens up the run game.
Burning clock here early as we're already midway through the third quarter. Fakes the handoff. Collins is going to be taken down from behind. Once again, a loss on the play brings up a huge third down and 13. 3 rushes, 11 yards for Collins.
They're definitely going to pass it here, and they got to be expecting it.
Hurry into the line. 3 wide, 2 to the far side. And we're going to have movement on the line. That's 5 yards, and that'll back them up even more. So that'll be the first accepted penalty of the evening on Crockett. First penalty for 5 yards, but it's a big one. Brings up third down and 18. Want to thank those of y'all tuning in tonight. Collins sets back, looks left, throws left, has a man wide open, caught 45, out of bounds at the 40.
Clark looking for a push-off flag, not going to get it, as another huge play through the air for the Bulldogs. And that's unfortunate because, I mean, you had a third and 18 play there, and to let those huge plays slip through your fingers is not what the Anahuac defense needs here in this second half.
217 yards receiving for Randy White tonight.
Impressive.
Out of the gun. Handoff right side to the lane across the 40, fighting his way forward. He's going to get down to the 37. That'll be a pickup of 5, second down and 5. That's my Aggie math. 6 yards on the pickup.
Well, they spot it still at the 5. I think you were right.
Hey, I don't get that too often. So pickup of 5, second down and 5. 9 rushes, 42 yards.
Crockett pressing here. The defense has got to come up big here on this in their territory.
Collins, handoff, straight up Broadway. Delane
Ball
puts
on the
the ball
ground.
on the turf, recovered Panthers.
Recovered by the Panthers.
Turnover Bulldogs.
And I just said it that the Anahuac Panther defense was going to have to come up big, and the Crockett was pressing. And I didn't see who came up that. Did you?
Who else picked it up?
Logan DeHoyas.
That's a good one. Here's the next one. It's the freshman.
Oh, was it Garrett?
Guy.
Oh, I thought it was Logan. And you were leading me
I
down the wrong path
I
there.
did lead you into the wrong path.
Come on.
I did lead you into the wrong
So
path.
second fumble recovery by the freshman Garrett Dye.
That's correct. First down
Unreal.
and 10. First down and 10, Panthers, 4:42 remaining here in the third quarter. From their own
Hit
29, as dangerous pass thankfully falls incomplete. He got hit as he was trying to throw and threw right into a bee's nest of linebackers. So let's see here. Fumble.
So 2 fumble recoveries and a sack for the freshman Garrett Dye. That's huge in a playoff game for him.
Second down, fakes the handoff, keeping it himself is Corbett, trying to find somewhere to go, moving east and west, not north to south. He's still going to be able to pick up about 4. We'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
They're going to keep grinding the football and try to wear down this Crockett defense, as one of them is slow to get up and hobbling around a little bit, but it looks like he's going to be okay. Going to change some personnel. Maybe a cramp, and that's what it's going to be. That as the officials are going to call a timeout, we're going to take it with them. We'll be back right here with 4:08 remaining. Crockett leads it 21-14 over Anahuac.
Hello, my name is Mark Poggles, and I'm the pastor at Community Christian Fellowship Church in Oak Island, Texas. I would like to personally invite you to join us for Bible study during the week and our church services on Sunday morning. We have a nursery for the little ones, and our church family will greet you with a smile on their face and a loving heart. Come and celebrate with us as we study God's Word and give Him all the praise and thanks He deserves. Hope to see you there. Take care and God bless. Go Panthers.
Corbett under center, 3rd down and 5, sets back under pressure. He's going to tuck it and run across the 40, 1st down. There's going to be a face mask added on.
I saw that too, and I was wondering if they were going to call it.
10-yard rush from Corbett, or at least.
It should have. What? Are you kidding me right now? Was it a block in the back?
Signal was holding.
It was holding against Anahuac. I saw the face mask too in the backfield. I didn't know if they were going to call it, but it ends up going against Anahuac.
Yeah, it was blocking the back. So that's a huge penalty, as they will mark it from the 42, which will bring up 3rd down and 8 from the 41. So bring it back to the 31. We'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
You know, I'd like to say that the story of this football game is the play on the field and not the play calling or all the calling by the officials.
Corbett setting back under pressure, is running for his life. He's going to have to throw it away.
We got flag again.
We might have another block in the back.
And it could have been. That was a close call there if it was.
Yeah,
and
that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a block in the back. So that's the 6th penalty for 45 yards.
Well,
now we'll see if they push him back or if they are going to punt or decline it and bring up 4th down.
Well, the smart thing to do would be to decline it. But in this ball game, who knows?
Penalty will be declined by head coach Jimmy Thompson. We'll bring up 4th down and long and bring on the punting unit.
Block in the back, declined. Intentional grounding. He was outside the pocket. Corbett was outside the pocket. They call it an intentional ground, and they're going to decline it anyway. Doesn't matter. Bring it up 4th down and 8, and that'll bring out the punting unit.
Well, you can accept the intentional grounding because it's a loss of down anyway, so they're going to tack on the penalty yardage. That'll be
and that's going to back them up even further.
So, let's see here. So that will be
17.
6th penalty for 45 yards. Sanchez on the punt it away. Back deep is White. Line drive punt is going to take a Panther bounce. 35, brought in at the 32, around the right side. Across the 40, 45, across midfield, knocked out of bounds. In on the tackle, Adam Galeas.
Well, we've talked about penalties all year long with this Anahuac team, and, you know, we've said it and said it time and time again, Alex, that you cannot win football games and make huge penalties and huge mistakes. No matter who's officiating the football game, those are always going to kill you in the long run.
And really, if you've been listening all year long, Greg Nace talks about it pretty much every single pregame show. Got to limit the penalties, and it has not been happening tonight. So, out of the gun is Collins. They get the Panthers to jump off sides.
They're going to start.
They're going to call it false start. What do you know? So that is the second penalty of the ball game for the Bulldogs for 10 yards. 3:07 remaining here in the third quarter.
You know, I've noticed they don't get any hurry after the play, after the calls to get the ball put in place. And they just take their time.
Third quarter is moving right along. And then penalties. So back into Bulldog territory. From the 48, first down and 15. 3 wide. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Collins sets back, lefty unloads, has a man, caught at the 30, 25, 15, 10, touchdown. 52-yard touchdown. Ty Jones, second catch, second touchdown.
You know, Clark on the, trying to defend that, and he just cannot keep up with that wide receiver. He's been caught up on the big plays probably 3 or 4 times tonight with his back turned to the quarterback and unable to make a play on the football.
Garcia on the tack on the point after. He has been 3 for 3 on point afters. Snap back, hold down, kick up is through and true. So with 2:59 remaining here in the third quarter, it's Crockett extending their lead 28-14 back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Texas. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart. Back here, one play, 52 yards, 11 seconds off the clock. Collins hits Jones for his second touchdown of the evening from 52 yards, as it is Crockett extending their lead 28-14. Garcia has the ball teed up. That brought to you part by Porter's Alligator and Deer Processing. Ball dial, pick up the ball at the 35. He's going to pick it up, make some moves. He's going to get to midfield.
So instead of falling on it like he did the last kickoff, decides to return it and gets a good return across midfield, and I think they're actually going to mark it down right at the 50.
So some shake and bake, and the Panthers are in business.
Well, and they're almost in a position here, Alex, in this football game where they have to score on this drive. and keep it within one possession, or it's not going to be within striking distance for the Panthers.
First down and 10 from the Panther 49. Corbett's going to go out of the gun, 2 wide. Ryvon to the far side. Clark to the near side. Sets back. Handoff. Right side Sanchez into Bulldog territory. He's going to be taken down at the 44. Pickup of 6 brings up second down and 4.
And I'd love it if the sideline judges could get on the same page.
83 yards on 15 carries for Sanchez as Corbett goes under center. Sends 2 receivers to the far side. Sanchez, the deep back, gets the ball. Trap is going to fight his way forward to the 40. They'll give him forward progress to the 40. That'll be a pickup of 5 and will move the chains. We'll tick under 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Corbett will come under center. Dye and Sanchez the deep back. High pass to Ryvon is going to be incomplete on first down. Tried to do a wide receiver screen. 1 for 6 for 5 yards for Corbett. Second down and 10. Stops the clock with $1:53 remaining in the third quarter.
A lot of talking going on down there on the field. They need to keep it in check. Keep your composure. You're still in this game with 1:53 left in this third quarter and a whole fourth quarter left to go.
Corbett under center, end around, is going to get across the 35, get knocked out of bounds at the 33. On the carry, Alex Viejo, as he came in motion and got the pitch.
Good gain there by Viejo to pick up 8 yards. Hadn't called his number much tonight, but definitely worth it there to pitch it to him and come down to the near side for a good gain.
Another third down for the Panthers. Third down and 2. We've seen penalties creep up on the Panthers here on third down. See if they can get this one clean. Corbett will come under center.
We got another timeout by the Panthers.
We'll take it with them. $1:08 remaining in the third quarter. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live. Back from Woodville, Texas, on campus of Woodville High School, Eagle Stadium. By-district play between 10-3A and 9-3A. Third down and 2 here in the third quarter. Corbett under center. He's going to try to keep it himself. He's going to get dragged down from behind. It depends on where he spots him. He's not going to get a favorable spot. He's going to pick up 1, and that'll bring up fourth down and 1. 118 yards rushing for Corbett.
Well, what are we talking about now? What?
And what have we been talking about on third down, Trent? As, again, penalty strikes. And that's going to make it third down and long.
So a hold there on a gain of 1. A potential 1, and I didn't even see the flag. There's no flag on the field, Alex. They're going to step it off anyway.
It's going to take a while. Let's see here. 7th penalty, 55 yards.
So
I'm a big
11
guy, I
now.
can say that.
Yeah. I hear you.
49 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Wow.
3rd down and 11 from the Bulldog 41. 2 receivers to the far side. That's Clark and Ryvon. Sanchez, the lone back. He's going to get it straight up the gut. Sanchez going to fight his way forward. He's going to pick up 3. Give him 3. 4th down and 7. Let's pick up a 4. We'll bring up 4th down and 7. So head coach Nace trying to pick up some yardage on that to make the 4th down shorter. That will be the last play of the third quarter, though. We invite you to join us for the 4th and final quarter of play. Big 4th down coming up to start the quarter. We hope you stay with us. Your score, Crockett leads Anahuac 28-14. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, no matter what you nurture or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart back here in East Texas as from Woodville. By district play. 4th down and 7, one of the biggest plays of the ball game upcoming. Corbett out of the gun, there's 3 wide. Sends Viejo in motion. Corbett sets back, trying to find a man downfield, has him, and is going to fall to the turf, and that will be incomplete, and a turnover on downs.
Very well covered as a whole there by the Bulldog defense, preventing any of the intended Anahuac receivers to get open, and Corbett just had nowhere to go with it.
The referee's doing the YMCA down on the field.
Well, I mean, they've been acting like the village people all night. Why not?
11:31 remains here in the ball game. Most important defensive time for the Panthers this evening.
I mean, 2 possessions, you definitely can't let them score here. It's probably all but done.
So 11:55 put on the clock. From the Bulldog 37, handoff straight up the gut's going to pick up 5.
You can expect them to keep on running to try and tick the clock down as they got a comfortable lead. And they want to try to close the door here.
That was Bedford on the carry. 2nd down and 5 from the Bulldog 42. Only 1 timeout remaining for the Panthers, so you can expect the Bulldogs to take their sweet time here on each play as the play clock will tick under 10 seconds remaining. Lining up quickly. Out of the gun is Collins, looking to his right. Has a man. It's going to be knocked away. And
they're going to call interference
flag
on it. Unreal. He was making a play on the ball.
Quinn Anderson was attempting his 2nd interception of the ball game.
They're going to talk about it. Might be waved off. I'm not sure, but the way things are going here, I doubt it.
So no flag on the call. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Well, I'll eat my words there. It was very well covered by Clark downfield. One of the better times that he's been able to cover him all night long.
Collins out of the gun quickly. Handoff straight up Broadway. Picking up 5 into Panther territory. Down
There's
to the
flags
40
coming
is
on the field
Bedford.
for that one, as the frustration is starting to show on the part of Anahuac.
Pickup of 18 on the run.
And they'll tack onto it with a personal foul. Practically, I mean, I don't know who it was on the defensive side, but I mean, put him in a headlock, tore the helmet off, threw it to the ground, and they're going to talk about it a little bit, but I'm almost certain that's what the call will be.
It's going to be the 8th penalty of the ball game for the Panthers. At least that was accepted for 70 yards, excuse me.
Here comes the call.
Face mask, personal foul, tack on 15 to the end of the run. That will set them up at about the 27, first down and 10 in Panther territory. Want to thank Third Coast Integrated Martial Arts, 312 Miller Street in Anahuac, 281-908-1934 as they bring you the fourth quarter. Collins out of the gun is going to hand it off left side to Lane across the 35, 30, 20, knocked out of bounds at the 15. That'll be a pickup of 14 and will move the chains. 56 yards on 11 carries for Delane. First down and 10 from the Panther 15. Bulldogs in the red zone. Crockett taking their time to get set. 16 seconds, handoff straight up the gut. This one's going to be fighting his way forward. That's going to be a pickup of 4, as on the carry was Bedford. Will bring up second down and 6.
You know, the Anahuac defense has been on the field for a very long time here, and you know, with the frustration and you know, them being tired is starting to show a little bit there, as Crockett is knocking on the end zone again to put some more points on the board and in essence shut the door on this ball game.
We'll tick under 9.5 remaining in the ball game after this play. Handoff, Bedford, left side, 10, 5, into the end zone, touchdown, Bulldogs. 6 carry, 40 yards for Bedford. That one hits pay dirt. 9:28 remaining in the ball game as the Bulldogs have extended their lead to 34-14 pending the point after. Did I say that one? 11. Garcia on to tack it on. High snap is going to fail on the conversion. So with 9:28 remaining in the fourth and final quarter, your new score, Crockett leads Anahuac 34-14. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Looking for just the right bank? For a real community bank, locally owned and operated since 1976, come to Anahuac National Bank. Offering services from your first checking account to mobile and online banking to business and home loans. This is Texas banking at its best. Find us online at anbank.net. Anahuac National Bank, Chambers County's only locally owned and independently operated bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Anahuac Sports Live's production of by-district playoff football. Crockett has extended their lead 34-14. It was a 5-play, 2-minute and 27 off the clock. 63 yards was capped off by an 11-yard scamper from Bedford. The point after was no good, but that extended the lead to 34-14 as the Panthers get set to take it back on the offensive side of the football. Sanchez set back deep to receive it. Cade Dyes actually had the last couple of kicks. We'll see if they squib it. This one's going to be a knuckleball that'll be taken at the 15 across the 20, 25. He's going to get lit up. And then suplexed at about the 18.
That was Luke Foster on the return. Freshman. He tried to make something out of nothing, but they hit him hard. Down there deep into Anahuac territory, but they're going to mark it down at the 25.
9:22 remaining as the Panthers are going to have some quick strikes to have any chance in this ball game.
Well, you're right. They're going to have to try and make something big happen here, and timeout being called by Crockett. And we'll take it with them. We'll be back right after this on Anahuac Sports Live. Want to escape to a relaxing destination on the Texas Gulf Coast? Trinity Bay RV and Lodging has just what you need. Nestled next to historic Fort Anahuac Park and less than an hour east of Houston, Trinity Bay RV and Lodging has everything for your next vacation, weekend getaway, or extended stay, offering daily, weekly, and monthly rates on 54 full hookup RV sites and 11 fully furnished cabins. Visit online today at trinitybayrvlodging.com or give them a call, 409-267-6774.
Panther offense comes back onto the field after the timeout. Corbett will come under center. It's Bailey and Sanchez, the deep backs. Sanchez on the trap coming around left side. That's going to be 3 yards on the pickup for Sanchez. We'll bring up 2nd down and 7. 95 yards on 18 carries for Christian Sanchez. Looking to go over the century mark once more. Join Landon Corbett, who's already there with 118 yards. Panthers are going to have to move a little bit faster here with only one timeout remaining.
Definitely taking their time. Not sure why. I mean, at this point, you've got to at least take some shots downfield to get some quick points on the board to even have a chance.
2nd down and 7 from the 28. Inside handoff. Sanchez is going to fight his way forward. He's going to pick up 5 on it, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
You know, when you see a ball carrier's helmet spin around completely toward his back, that's usually a face mask. And there it is. I was wondering if he was going to call it.
So that 5-yard rush does put Sanchez at 100 yards as we have it. 3rd penalty of the ball game for the Bulldogs, as that puts them at 25 yards. So move the ball to the Panther 48 with 8:22 remaining. Bailey's going to be the deep back behind Corbett, who's under center. Pitch to Bailey, right side, across midfield, across the 45, bulldozing his way forward. He is not going to go down easy. He's going to get down to the 34.
Potentially the last game for the first-year football player, a senior. And I tell you what, Jamash Bailey has done a great job in the backfield as a first-year football player as a senior.
Pickup of 18 moves the chains. 1st down and 10 from the Bulldog 34. Bailey the deep back. 2 wide, 1 to each side. Pitch left side, Bailey this time. He's going to cut it back inside across the 30. He's going to get forward to the 29. That'll be a pickup of 6. We'll bring up 2nd down and 4. Bailey doing the heavy lifting on this drive. We'll tick under 7:25 and counting. Here in the 4th and final quarter, 34-14 on your Porter's Alligator and Deer Processing scoreboard. Corbett under center. Sends a man in motion. It's Viejo across the 25. Makes a move. It's going to get down to the 21. That's going to be a pickup of 9 and a first down. Gives him 17 yards on a couple of carries. Wide open here to the near side is Clark. Pitch is going to go right side to Bailey, as Bailey's going to pick up another 3. Player slow to get up after the pickup of 3.
Bailey's slow to get up, but he does under his own power. Making his way back here to the near sideline. I'm glad to see that he looks to be okay. Maybe a little cramp in his left leg there.
So 2nd down and 7. The official timeout will stop the clock for now with 6:50 remaining. Inside the red zone. Corbett will come under center. Deep backs are Dye and Sanchez. Sanchez, trap, right side, straight up Broadway.
Falls forward.
Going to pick up 6. We'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
Another bad spot for the Panthers, but close enough to the first down. They're going to hurry up to it again.
Corbett already under center. Sneaks it. Is going to pick up the first down on a pickup of 1. We'll move the chains. Now you want the Panthers to get lined up before they start this clock again. They get it started. Corbett does have the play call. We will tick under 6 minutes remaining here in the ballgame. Corbett out of the gun. Sends a man in motion. Movement on the line. First down and goal from the 15. Corbett under center. Deep back Sanchez offset by Dye. Ball is on the turf. Sanchez is going to fall on it. I'm sorry, Corbett's going to fall on it. That's going to be a loss of 1. We'll bring up 2nd down and long.
So Panthers not in a hurry. 5:25 remaining in the ball game. As I can only assume that it's the consensus that it's out of reach at this point.
This one's going to go straight up the gut, fighting his way forward. It's going to get down to the 5. Sanchez still fighting. Make it the 6. So that'll be a pickup of 9 for Sanchez. Corbett out of the gun, sends a man in motion. Corbett going to keep it himself across the 5. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. $123 yards rushing. His 2nd touchdown of the game for Corbett. A good drive, although methodical, down the field. It's going to take 4.5 minutes off the clock. Sanchez lined up for the point after.
4.5 minutes seems like a long time for that drive when you're, in the last part of the football game. Kick is up. It's good.
So with 4 minutes, 43 seconds remaining here in the ball game, it's the Panthers 21, the Bulldogs 34, as we'll be back with more and the onside kick after this.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Outram, Trent Hart here with 4:43 remaining in the fourth quarter as the Crockett Bulldogs lead it 34-21, but the Anahuac Panthers just scored, and seemingly the onside kick is coming here, Alex.
Yeah, that's 9 plays, 4.5 minutes. Anahuac drove 75 yards. As Landon Corbett capped off the drive with a 5-yard rush to pay dirt. Sanchez with the point after. As we said, your new score, 34-21, Crockett leading your Panthers.
Panthers able to recover an onside kick earlier in this game. Let's see if they can do it again.
So not a normal onside kick formation, but does try to get the bounce.
They got a flag on the play.
So you're going to have one of the Panthers took off a little bit too soon. That was recovered by the Bulldogs, as it was Randy White on the recovery. Panthers with 1 timeout remaining.
Want to encourage everybody to stick around for the post-game show as Alex and I look at scores from around the area and around the neighboring districts to see who's going to be playing who next week, and also as we take a look at deeper into this football game and discuss a few things that that we saw that were good and bad, and we appreciate everybody sticking around for the Texas Farm Bureau post-game show.
So with 4:40 remaining here in the ball game, the Bulldogs will be starting at the Panther 46-yard line. Out of the gun, handoff, Bedford straight up the gut, fighting his way forward, getting a pickup of 9. That wasn't Bedford, that was actually no, I was right, that was Bedford. Bedford with 9 more, that's 7 carries, 49 yards for Bedford. Boy, Jaden Collins, a sophomore quarterback, he has put the ball on the money tonight for Crockett.
Definitely impressed with the sophomore quarterback, and definitely got a big future ahead for him in Crockett. We're going to have a personal foul on Anahuac maybe here. I'm not sure. There's a lot of jaw jacking going on.
And we're going to have unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Bulldogs. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Panthers.
On both. And that was Clark and who is number 15? Or no, that's 12.
That's Randy White.
Randy White on the far sideline.
He probably has a little bit of room to talk some trash with 217 yards receiving.
Definitely,
6 catches.
Definitely has room to talk a little bit.
Collins out of the gun. 2nd down and 1 from the Panthers 37. Handoff straight up the gut. That's Bedford. Bedford fighting his way forward. He's going to pick up the 1st down. He's going to get to about the 32. That'll be a pickup of 5 for Bedford. Move the chains. First down and 10 from the Panther 32. Time dwindling away. We'll tick under 3 minutes, more than likely, on this play. 15 seconds on the play clock. They're going to take it all the way down as far as they can. Collins will be out of the gun, offset to his right by, looks like Delane. Delane with the handoff. Straight up the gut, fighting his way forward still. He'll finally be taken down after a pickup of 2. Delane with 58 yards rushing. Second down and a short 9, long 8. Well, Trent, one of the things we've talked about all year long has been the youth of this football team.
Definitely.
Landon being a sophomore, hopefully will be able to go back to his natural running back position next year. Collins out of the gun, handoff. Straight up Broadway's Bedford. Bedford across the 25, falls forward to the 23. That'll be a pickup of 8. We'll bring up third down and 1.
Well, we'll talk about it more in the postgame show and go over Anahuac's roster and some of the things that they can definitely take into next year and look forward to. I know definitely that one thing they don't want to take into next year is some of these costly penalties that we've seen here tonight.
Third down and 1 from the Panther 23. .125 and counting here in the ball game. Handoff straight up the gut. Bedford is going to pick up the first down. He wants more. He's going to take it to the house.
He'll get
touchdown. 23-yard touchdown for Bedford. His second of the ball game. Gives him 84 yards on 10 carries, and that extends the lead to 40-21. Crockett leading Anahuac.
And you hate to see it, but I mean, props to Crockett tonight. They have definitely, spread the defense out, and they've got the job done. Definitely studied the Anahuac Panther film and exploited a lot of the weaknesses that we mentioned earlier in the pregame.
Garcia set back to tack on the point after. High snap, brought down, kick up is through and true. So with 1:17 remaining here in the ball game, the lead now is the Bulldogs leading the Panthers 41-21. We'll take a break after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, no matter what you nurture or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Don't miss the 1A through 4A UIL Football State Championships this December. For more information, visit uiltexas.org. 1:17 remaining in the season for the Anahuac Panthers.
Want to remind everybody, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And if you have a Gmail account, you can log into YouTube right now and press that subscribe after you've logged into YouTube with your Gmail account.
End over end kick to Foster at the 8, across the 20, 25,
got room
30,
to run.
35, one man to beat. Got taken down at the 41. Luke Foster still fighting.
Good return there by Foster to get it back across the 40, and they're going to mark it around the 41.
First down and 10 from the 41. Minute 8 remaining.
And this is about time where you get some of these younger players some time and some playoff experience here, Alex.
I want to thank all of the listeners who have joined us on this journey through our inaugural season on Anahuac Sports Live. Ryvon across the 40-45 is going to get in across midfield. He'll get to midfield. That'll be a pickup of 9. Quarterback into the game now is
I was looking for it myself.
Ladarius Lede.
Right.
So Lede with the quick out to Ryvon. From midfield, second down and 1 with 48 seconds remaining.
And you see some of the Panther seniors down there giving their props to each other, and good to see that they're, you know, you got to be upset a little bit, but good to see that they're in decent spirits on the sideline.
Pitch left side to Bailey. Bailey's going to pick up the first down and more as he'll get 5 yards. 55 yards on 7 carries.
And the seniors of this team, you know, the heart and soul, we've seen it all year long, and definitely carried this team all the way into this bi-district game and through the district play. And you know, it's going to hurt to lose a lot of them guys, but
Carriel will hand it off to Hector Sierra, the sophomore, as he'll pick up 8 yards.
But it was definitely a pleasure to watch every single one of them here this season. Last play of the game.
Marcos Curio under center. Pitch left side to Dye. Dye straight up the gut, fighting his way forward just like he always does. He'll get brought down at the 25, and that is the ball game as the Crockett Bulldogs have defeated the Anahuac Panthers to move on to the area round of the Texas High School Football Playoffs. So 41-21 is your final, as we'll be back after this with the Texas Farm Bureau Hillary Auto Agent Postgame Show.
Looking for just the right bank? For a real community bank, locally owned and operated since 1976, come to Anahuac National Bank. Offering services from your first checking account to mobile and online banking to business and home loans. This is Texas banking at its best. Find us online at anbank.net. Anahuac National Bank, Chambers County's only locally owned and independently operated bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Texas Farm Bureau postgame show as we have gone final from Eagle Stadium on the campus of Woodville High School here in Woodville, Texas, as the Crockett Bulldogs have eliminated the Anahuac Panthers from the playoffs after a score of 41-21. And looking over some of the stats first for the Crockett Bulldogs, Jimmy Thompson's team moves on, as in back-to-back years, the Bulldogs have knocked the Panthers out of the playoffs. Leading rusher for the Bulldogs was Bedford, as he had 10 rushes for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns. Delane had 12 rushes for 58 yards. Collins had 3 rushes for 11, and White had 1 carry for 2. Passing, Jaden Collins, just a fantastic game, as he went 9 of 14 for 303 yards. He had 4 touchdowns in the air, and just a fantastic game from the sophomore lefty Jaden Collins. Receiving, Randy White led the crew with 217 yards on 6 receptions. Ty Jones had 2 touchdowns for Randy White as well. Ty Jones with 2 receptions for 68 yards. He had a couple of touchdowns. And Delane had a reception as well for 18. 3 penalties on the Bulldogs for 25 yards. As for the Panthers, Landon Corbett, the leading rusher, 21 carries, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. Christian Sanchez had 115 yards rushing on 21 carries. Cade Dye had 5 rushes for 38 yards. Jamaj Bailey, 7 rushes for 55. Viejo had 2 rushes for 17. And Hector Sierra at the end of the game coming in for a carry for 8 yards. Passing 1 of 7 for Landon as he threw for 5 yards. Curiel was 0 for 2. It was Ladarius Day coming in, completing a pass for 9 yards. That went to Luke Rivon, and Christian Sanchez receiving the 1 completion from Landon Corbett for 5 yards. 9 penalties for 80 yards for the Panthers this evening, as that will wrap up another team-building year for head coach Greg Nace here of the Anahuac Panthers.
Yeah, it's disheartening coming into by district once again and coming up short for the Panthers, I know, but there are a lot of things to look forward to. And as I mentioned earlier, you've got seniors that have been carrying this team. De Hoyas, Cade Dye, and a lot of them front linemen that are going to be graduating this year. Leday, Anderson, Bailey, the first-year player as a senior, Viejo, Hernandez, Newell, Bezdek, De La Cruz, Lotz, Fiesel, and Gates, all going to be graduating and moving on, and best of luck to them as they move on to their next stage in their life, whatever it might be. But looking to the bright side for the Anahuac Panthers for next year, you've got Zion Clark, coming back. You've got Landon Corbett coming back. We've mentioned it 100 times that he's just a sophomore, rushed for almost 1,000 yards on the season and passed for almost just as much as well. You've also got Christian Sanchez coming back, Mason Totzer. The other thing is Luke Foster. We talked about him a little bit tonight, and I think the really bright side is a lot of these JV players that played this year that moved up. Some of those true freshmen that came in and played, and what a game tonight by the younger brother of Cade, Garrett Dye, with 2 fumble recoveries and a sack in his very first varsity by-district playoff game here tonight.
Yeah, we talk about the youth. Head coach Greg Nace has not been shy about talking about the youth or talking about the undefeated 8th grade middle school team who he is very excited about.
Very much.
So there's a pipeline starting to build.
Yes.
And this is a culture that Greg Nace is starting to build. So there's going to be some great things coming up for this team. Rough way to go out for the seniors here in the by-district round, but the future looks good for this Panther ball club, and it should be fun to watch them grow here over the next few years.
And it definitely will be, and depending on what UIL does for next year, Anahuac Sports Live is planning to cover those games in whatever form they allow, whether it be audio only as we've been doing here tonight, or if they allow live streaming again for regular season games. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate everybody's support in this project that we've been able to follow through with this year. The amount of response and positivity that has been flowing around what we've been able to do, Alex, has been outstanding, and I can't say how much I appreciate you, Alex, for sticking with us throughout the entire season, calling the play-by-play. And let's not forget about Terry Fortenberry, who was unable to be here tonight because we weren't able to do the video, but she did all the camera work with us up above here in the press box, at home and away, whether we were having internet issues or not, and we had to do it over the phone sometimes. She was there and, taking care of the camera duties for us. And a huge thank you to my wife for sticking around and putting up with me getting all this put together. A big thank you to Anahuac ISD for allowing us to cover these games, and of course the University Interscholastic League for allowing us to be here to cover this by-district game tonight. And again, Alex, thank you for calling these games for us this year.
Absolutely. It's been a great time, Trent. Great thing you're putting together here. It's a great thing for the community, and excited here about the future. Obviously, this is not where it ends. We've got more sports coming up.
Definitely.
Coming up with basketball and baseball, all sorts of sports coming up. God willing, as we all know how tricky 2020 has been.
Definitely.
But a huge thank you to you for allowing me to be a part of this, and that's going to wrap things up.
And again, folks, thank you for joining us here tonight. And we will be, like Alex just said, we will be covering basketball. We will be covering. It might take a week or so because there's so many away games. There is a Hope game tomorrow, but Anahuac Sports Live will not be able to cover tomorrow's game, unfortunately. But we will be covering basketball, both middle school and high school. And definitely once softball and baseball kicks off, there is a lot of excitement to be looked forward to, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to baseball and softball and when in Anahuac High School. So be looking out for that, and be looking out for the basketball games, and going to be looking forward to seeing everybody tune in for those.
Absolutely. So Alex Outram speaking for my broadcast partner Trent Hart, reminding you of the final score again as Crockett has defeated Anahuac 41-21. That caps the football season. As Trent said, we'll be back with more coming up. Stay tuned to Anahuac Sports Live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and we will catch you on the next time. This closes another chapter of Texas high school football, and we'll catch you on the flip side. So long, everybody.